Have you ever felt so insecure that you just wanted to hide from the world? Imagine being the new kid at school, and on your very first day, you walk into a classroom full of strangers with a cardboard box over your head. Sounds strange, right? Well, for a young girl named Hannah, this was her reality. She wasn't trying to be funny or get attention. She was just trying to survive. And the reason why she did this will not only break your heart, but might also change the way you see people forever. The story begins in a regular classroom, on a regular day. A teacher, Mrs. Johnson, introduces a new student to her class. But this new student, Hannah, is anything but ordinary. She's standing in front of everyone with a cardboard box completely covering her head, with two small holes for her to see through. Immediately, the other kids start whispering and giggling. One of the popular girls, Abby, doesn't even try to hide her reaction. "Why has she got a box on her head?" she asks loudly, with a smirk on her face. The teacher tries to calm the class down, saying Hannah is just a little shy and that it's her first day. But Abby doesn't let it go. "That's not normal," she says. "What is she hiding? Is she like really ugly or something?" The other kids laugh, and you can just feel the awkwardness in the room. The teacher, Mrs. Johnson, is worried. She knows this isn't just a case of a new student being shy, so she calls Hannah's father, Mr. Lee, for a meeting. She tells him that while she understands Hannah might be nervous, wearing a box on her head isn't something that can continue in her classroom. It's disruptive. And that's when we see the pain in Mr. Lee's eyes. He looks down, and with a heavy heart, he starts to tell the teacher Hannah's story. He explains that the box is a new thing, but hiding her face isn't. She used to wear a face mask at home all the time. He tells the teacher that he had hoped this was just a phase, but it seems to be getting worse. He had tried homeschooling her, but Hannah herself insisted on going to a real school to try and socialize with other kids. And then he tells her what started it all. He takes us back a few years to a time when Hannah was a completely different person. She was a happy, lively, and confident little girl who loved playing outside with her friends. She had a bright smile and a heart full of joy. One day she met a boy named Alex, and like many young girls, she developed a little crush on him. She spent her evenings making a bracelet for him, carefully spelling out his name with beads. She was so excited to give it to him. The next day, she saw him playing with his friends. With all the courage she could gather, she walked up to him and said, "Hi, Alex, I like you," and held out the bracelet she had made for him. But what happened next was something that would change her life forever. Alex looked at her, then at his friends who were watching, and with a cruel laugh, he looked back at her and said just one word, "Ugly." Then he walked away, leaving Hannah standing there, completely heartbroken, while his friends laughed at her. That one single word, "ugly," shattered her world. From that day on, Hannah refused to look at herself in the mirror. She would cover the mirrors in her room, and she started wearing a mask to hide her face, even at home. She started a blog, a secret diary where she could pour out her feelings. She called it Hannah's Butterflies, and she wrote to an online community of people who, like her, felt like they didn't fit in. She told them how she felt so small and just wanted to fly away like a butterfly. Her dad's words to her were, "A butterfly doesn't need to be told it's beautiful. It just is." He called her his butterfly, hoping one day she would believe it. The teacher, with tears in her eyes, now understood everything. She knew she had to do something. The next day, things at school were no different. The same group of bullies, led by Abby's boyfriend, Jason, cornered Hannah in the schoolyard. They started making fun of her, calling her box-headed girl and a freak. Jason even threatened to pour water on her if she didn't take the box off. But just as he was about to do it, a new student stepped in. It was a boy in a motorcycle helmet. He stood up to the bullies and told them to leave her alone. The bullies just laughed at him, calling him a masked loser. But then the most unexpected thing happened. The boy took off his helmet, and it was Alex, the very same boy who had called Hannah ugly all those years ago. He had moved to a new school, and fate had brought them back together. The bullies were shocked, but Jason, still trying to act tough, told Hannah to kick off the box. And to everyone's surprise, she did. She took a deep breath and lifted the box off her head. The bullies, who were expecting to see something to make fun of, were left speechless. They saw a beautiful girl with kind eyes and a gentle smile. She wasn't ugly at all. She was beautiful. She looked at them and simply said, "Stop teasing me," before walking away with her head held high. Alex, filled with regret, walked up to her and apologized for what he had done. He told her she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. That day, something changed for Hannah. She realized that she had been hiding from a word, a single cruel word that someone had said years ago. But that word didn't define her. She had found her courage, and she was ready to let her own light shine. And maybe, just maybe,
Her story can inspire us to be a little kinder, a little more understanding, because as we saw, you never really know what someone is going through behind the mask they wear. Hannah's journey from hiding in a box to embracing her true self is a powerful lesson for all of us. If her story touched your heart, and if you believe that kindness can truly change the world, then please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more inspiring stories. And don't forget to share this with someone who might need to hear this message today. Remember, just like a butterfly, you are beautiful just the way you are. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.